All right, there we go. Hello everyone, how's it going? Team here, and this is BxJS dev stream, and we are continuing working on our task manager. And yeah, so I think today is gonna be probably the chillest stream ever because we are finished with the functionality. Basically, there are still like a couple of bugs here and there. But now we can actually focus on making it look a bit nicer, which is essentially something I want to do today. And then maybe if we have enough time, try and solve that issue we had with editor last time. But first, do the bit of styling and also actually update to the Tailwind version 2.0 because we're still using 1. And version 2.0 has a lot nicer color schemes. And this is basically what I want to start with. Hey Carlos, welcome to the stream. All right, so let's just jump right into it, and let me first of all check. Okay, this is the old node. Let's use the stable LTS one, and I am gonna do npx npm check -u, so we're just gonna update all the packages we have. I think beyond Tailwind, there wasn't really any major updates we could do, but let's just check anyway. But basically the gist is update Tailwind, do some nice styling for the screens, and I guess if we have enough time, try to fix that editor bug that we had last time with the overlapping. Okay, so all of those are minor. We don't really care about them because they will be installed anyway once we do the npm install, right? So we only care about Tailwind, and there's the ESLint plugin standard. Let's just check out what the breaking changes here are. I hope there is some changelog there. Releases. So there are tags, and why do you always do this? Like, why? Package is used by standard. Yes, I know that this package is used by standard, but what are the changes? I just love projects that basically never states changelogs or anything like that, and you just have to basically figure it out yourself. What were the changes there? Better performance, support git ignore, support relative path, new extensions, optional linting for MJS, CJS. Okay, so it seems like not that many changes, so I think we should try that. Hey Arctic Space Fox, welcome to the stream, BxJS Weekly Hype. Well, yeah, I mean, we're gonna do it on Saturday, right? So you're a bit early, I think. Hey Sereno, welcome to the stream. All right, so we have updated to ESLint plugin standard and Tailwind 2.0. You know what? Let me have a look at the Tailwind. I think they had a migration guide, so we should probably follow that, right? Okay, the new colors are very fancy. Is there? I'm pretty sure there was a upgrade guide. There we go. So blah blah blah, post CSS late. Yeah, okay, I guess we have to install, but I mean we already have the latest ones here, right? Because it didn't say that we actually. So wait a second, let me just check. Post CSS. Oh, we didn't even use it. Okay, cool. I guess because we're using Next.js. Okay, you know what? Let's just hope that it works. Basically, I think if there are any errors, we're gonna fix them as they come. So I don't think we had any of this future stuff. No, we did have. Okay, cool. So we can basically kill that because this is no longer required. Still gonna keep the theme and purge. And there is renamed. Okay, so I don't think we used any of that. I think those were deprecated in quite some time ago. So that should be fine. And okay, we haven't used that. We shadow outline ring. Okay, that's shadow outline, shadow access with ring utilities. Okay, that's new, but I don't think we used that either. I mean, we haven't had any style at all, right? So majority of that shouldn't really apply to us at all. Okay, you know what? That's fine. Let's just first of all, do I have like Docker running? Do I have? No, I don't. Okay, let me start Docker and let me start MongoDB. Cool, and then we can do npm run dev, and after that we should be able to theoretically just start working on our designs, unless something breaks during the compilation. Come on now. Let me have a look at the chat meanwhile. Have you look at the Starship? Here's the link, Starship RS. I don't think I've seen that. That is minimal, blazing fast, infinitely customizable prompt for any shell. I mean, Like, I'm all in for trying new shells or new prompts or whatever, but I don't think anything would probably come close enough to... Okay, this integrates with Z shell, which is already a good step, but so why would I want to use that? What's the point of this? So I can install it, then I can tell Z shell to use that, and that will do what? Configuration. So what does it do? I don't understand. Blah, 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 add new line, symbol, logging, terminology, format strings. I don't get the point of this. Cross shell prompt. Like, what's the point of using that instead of the Z shell itself? The website doesn't do a good job of explaining why would I want that either. So, you know what? I'm just going to skip it for now. Okay, what is going on with my server? Localhost 3000. Yes. Is my... Oh, come on. Is my VSL broken again? I'm pretty sure I didn't have any VPNs or anything, but I did install some Windows updates, so... Is that the problem? Where is my... So we got this one, right? Okay, are we getting the same issues we had last time? Is this working? Yes, this seems to be working. All right. Well, maybe the future Grush will be compatible. New shell from Fish Creator and Starship makes it pretty. Okay, so I tried using Fish at some point, but the problem for me was that it's not compatible with Bash, so I couldn't use like 99% of my scripts basically, which was extremely annoying. And I was like, you know what? I'll just stick to my Z shell, which basically does most of things I need. So yeah. Hey CM, welcome to the stream. Hey Marina, welcome to the stream. All right, so it works. There's again some VSL problems, I guess, after Windows updates. I gotta dig into it. I was hoping that uninstalling my VPN would actually solve that, but apparently there's some other factors in here. But let us get to the styling. So I guess let's start with it. What is going on here? EONT, no file or folder, normalize CSS. Where are you even taking this from? That shouldn't be a problem. Okay, anyway. Let me, I guess, reload the window. No more issues, please. So we're running now, and we're gonna start with the login page. We're gonna make it look nice-ish, I guess. And yeah, and then we're gonna do the same for... I mean, we don't really have that many pages, to be honest. There's like 3 or 4 of them, right? And 3 of them share the same layout, so it shouldn't take us too long to do that. But let's give it a shot anyway. So what I like to do is... okay, first of all, I want to have a look at the new color schemes that the Tailwind 2 has, because they looked amazing in the previews at least. Okay, so we got colors, cool gray. All right, and how do I, is it just like cool gray? How do you use that? Show me examples. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, those are all... There is a lot of colors now, and all of them look very, very nice. All right, but how do I actually use that in the code? Is it just background colors, pace? Okay, you know what? Let's see if the auto suggestion has that. So if I go here and say BG, cool, no, gray. Okay, so I think the plugin that I use for Tailwind still works only with Tailwind 1. Which is a bit annoying, I guess. Let's see, does that actually... Okay, so there is BG Gray. So it works the same way it was, I guess. It's slightly different. Okay, so there is a gray. So is it like cool gray? Is that what you're saying I should do? Is it like camel case? No, it's not. Okay, so I guess it's also the kebab case again. It's a bit weird that the docs don't have that. And no, it's not. Okay, how the hell do I use that? Colors. Okay, so wait, there's got to be an example somewhere, right? Theme, blah blah blah. Your colors here. Configure, create your colors. Okay, so if you don't have a set of completely custom colors in mind, you can create the colors from your own blah 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 Tailwind colors. Okay. Oh, I guess they are not included by default. Is that what you're telling me? Wait a second. Let me have a look at the beginning of the docs. Tailwind includes an expertly crafted default color palette out of the box. This is a great starting point if you don't have your own specific color in mind. Okay. But when you do not, when you do need to customize, okay, so when you do need to customize, I know when it comes to building a custom palette, you can either use create your colors. Okay, creating. into your config, although each color has a specific name, blah, blah, blah. See our color palette reference. So I guess they're just not included by default. Is that what you're saying? So, I mean, I guess, yeah, I'm sure. Why not? Let's just include them. So I think I really like that cool gray tones. So I guess we're going to go with them. Okay, so we got that thing. And then we need to do theme colors, gray, true gray. Oh, so you can literally override stuff. Okay, I see. So we had the same theme. Oh, okay. So this overrides, not extends it, which means that we can do cool gray and then cool gray here as well. So I think this way it would allow me to do camel case this, right? There we go. Now it picked it up. Okay, cool. So they are not included by default. Are we working now? I know that. There we go. Okay, cool. So that actually works. Now, how do we want to make this look? Tailwind. There was a Tailwind UI thing, right? Tailwind UI. Because I don't feel like inventing my own UI completely. And Tailwind UI has some exquisitely crafted components. So if you're working with Tailwind and you just wanted some nice existing components, basically this is the place to look. It's not extremely expensive. It basically has everything that you might ever want. We might as well start by just taking the default forms here. So let me think. Flexbox grids. There should be forms. Typography, backgrounds, borders, tables. Where is forms? I'm pretty sure they do have forms here. Form. What? Form. Typography and forms. Is there input? I remember at least the old docs used to have them, right? Optimizing, enabling for utilities. I guess maybe here, form plugins, no? Okay, seems like the new docs don't actually include forms at all. Interesting. We have text. We don't have input either. So I guess, okay, I guess we're going to reference the Tailwind UI here. And, form designs are in Tailwind UI. I mean, they used to be in the Tailwind 1 docs. They like the docs had at least the very basic version of forms, but form layouts. There we go. We could probably, yeah, we could probably go with something like this. There's even, I mean, we could use the code here. I don't know if I want to use it one-to-one, but that is like the guy who built Tailwind is incredible. Like his stuff is just top notch, and I guess we could just go with that because why the hell not, right? Hey Aaron, welcome to the stream. Yes, indeed. There's a form plugin for Tailwind. I don't think we need to drag in plugins. I mean, we don't really want to build anything that is too complicated. So I think we are gonna go with basically this kind of layout. Again, in our case, it's a lot simpler than a majority of those. So I think this is fine. Okay, so we got, so what do we want? We want this, that is a lot of code. We actually don't want all of that, right? So actually want this box that they have over here, right? Which is this one. And where is, okay, so it has shadow. Oh, okay, right, I get it. So the box itself is actually, yes, the box is white, the background is BG gray 100. So let's go with that as well. I mean, I like how it looks. So we're going to go and say, okay, our page is BG 100 gray. Let's go with cool grays because I just like how they look, right? So we're going to have this over here, which means that the page now should be okay. And then there's the problem because the page is not full size. We can go full width, full height. There we go. That looks a bit nicer. Means that this is our main form, right? And this is gonna be okay. How do I properly check the second example? Which second example? Wait a second. This one. I mean, it's, I just basically want to copy the looks of that form. I don't really care about the other shapes, basically. So we're just gonna use that. All right, okay, so we got shadow, rounded, overflow, hidden, padding, yes, okay, so, and in this case, we also want BG white because this overrides the background. Okay, right. Yeah, I mean, looks absolutely terrible, but we're getting there. So let me think for a second. Maybe it's better to actually, okay, so I'm just gonna do this BG gray cool, no, wait, cool gray. 100, right? V full, H full, and leave the page just as is without any classes. Okay, and then we're gonna have our form, which will have that class name. So this is gonna have that class name that we will customize. Okay, obviously this login thing is not gonna live there, but that's perfectly fine. Right, so what do we need to do? We actually want to, so I'm gonna make this a flex, and I'm gonna say that item center and justify center so that it's all aligned in the middle. There we go, a bit nicer. Right, I think I still need to have the v full h full on the page because otherwise it won't stretch completely, and we want it to be like, whoops, full on. There we go, that looks better. Okay. Right, so then we, here's the question, do I mean, if I need to do this with page anyway, so I might as well move it here, right? So, okay, full, yes, so we still want this to flex, this is fine. I guess let's make it flex column, right? So that, whoops, that is, I cannot type. There we go, that's login page. So let's call it task manager, I guess, task manager login, right? Something like that. And text gray, no wait, cool gray, we're gonna make it like 800 or something. I mean, that didn't really do much difference. Text XL to XL, maybe make it a bit lighter so it's not so in your face. 600 something. Yeah, there we go. That's a lot nicer. Okay, so then we want some margin bottom like 2. That would make it a bit more spacing. There we go. All right, now the form. Okay, so we got those 3 things. We got the button, we got 2 inputs with labels, and they actually had some nice inputs with labels over here. I think we can just go with that, right? So this probably is a perfect example of how it should look. I'm gonna copy this as copy outer HTML. No, I don't need outer HTML, right? I need copy. I mean, yeah, well, let's do outer HTML. That should be fine. Okay. There's our input labels. Okay, so we got this class name call span for. Okay, so this is our input and this is our class name that we're interested in. Okay, so I'm gonna throw that on. Okay, there's a CSRF token. We will not touch that because it's invisible anyway. And we got our label. All right, I probably should add HTML4 element here and say this is for email, right? And we need the ID, I believe, is what's used for the 4 elements. So it's always a good idea to do that. Input name, blah, blah, blah. Okay, I'm gonna copy this. Okay, autocomplete is also property we probably want. I think I've actually added, what? I copied the wrong thing. I think I've added the class name to the wrong thing here. So this should be on the label, right? And we actually want the input to be next to it. Whoops. And then all of that wrapped into div. I believe this is... no, why did you close it? There we go. Okay. Autocomplete email class name. Okay, save that. Format it. Autocomplete. Okay, so there you go. Class name. This is probably too long. Okay, we're going to see... I'm gonna change that in a second. I mean, maybe that's good enough for us. So how does it look? This looks, where's my styling? I'm thinking about using Next.js for building a game content store. I might need a way to generate meta tags, OG tags. Yeah, I mean, the head does all of that, right? So you have this Next.js head thing that can do the whole metadata stuff. So you can just do it here. And it also is, you know, supports SSR. So if you like do server-side rendering, it will actually properly render and properly do everything. Okay, first of all, cool gray 700. Focus. So why is focus border gray? Okay, so first of all, cool gray over here. So why is it not? Where's my styles here? Right, so it does have focus ring. Yeah, okay. So this looks fine. Is it because of the... No, but the compiling... whoops. I know, come on. npm. Compiling should do this. Like, I'm just thinking maybe it pruned too much. Is that the problem? 300, come on, reload. I mean, technically, once we do the login page, we could do exactly the same styling on the registration page, right? Where is my input and why does it look like this? Okay, TV ring. Okay, media font size, full width, margin top, display block, border radius, border color. Focus, but it's not even focused right now. What is going on? Why is it looking like that? Is that because the is that because the Tailwind UI is still what? No, that's not what I want. Is that because the Tailwind UI still uses the Tailwind 1? Is that the problem here? Because I feel like it should, like, here it looks very nice, right? And when we do it here with exactly the same code, it just looks like S. Okay, margin top works. Let's remove the focus rings for now. Yes, we're gonna show it as a block. It's gonna be width full. We don't care about the text sizes for now. We got border and we got rounded MD. I believe rounded MD should still be the thing, right? Okay. I don't where is my border, first of all? Is it like too light? Is that the problem? What if we do it darker? No, there's literally no border. Tailwind UI has been... Yeah, I mean, that's... We just updated... Oh, it has been updated for 2.0. Okay, then I'm even more confused. Is that my ad block? Here's the question. No, it's not my ad block. Okay. That was not a problem, even though it did block something. With margin, border. Okay, we got border radius, and border radius actually works. We got the border color, and border color does not show us anything. For some reason. I am so confused right now. Border opacity 1. Do you want the HTML? I mean, I've used the, like, the... Why? Wait a second. Class name. So class name is correct, right? It does assign the class correctly. Yes. Why the hell? Where's my border? What is happening right now? Oh, wait a second. Is that because... Am I just an idiot and am I just forgetting to set that the border should exist? Basically, border... Okay, but why? Wait a second. Why is there no border here, but it actually does render it correctly? Border gray block. How does that work? Am I missing some other part that creates the border here? Wait a second. Display block, border radius, border opacity, border color, border width. So, oh, okay. So he has a global CSS that assigns the border width to all the inputs. Right. Okay. This was the problem. Yes. Okay. So it's just, I'm not sure where's this coming from in the Tailwind UI, but they have border width on all the, okay, I guess border, I believe it's border 1, right? No, I think it's just border. I think that works, right? Yeah, there we go. I think that looks, what is the width? 1 pixel. There we go. Okay, cool. Let's do margin Y. So we have a bit more spacing there. We can also add some padding to make it a bit more nice. There we go. Yes, there's our test@gmail.com. Okay, password. Right, I think that looks decent. Yeah, maybe some more padding to the form itself because it looks a bit claustrophobic. Let me think. So this is our form. Adding 4 or something. There we go. That's a bit nicer. And then we got this thing. I don't really care about the whole thing with what do you call it? With the responsiveness for now. So we're just gonna go with simple setup and then add the responsiveness later on. Okay, so let me think. We got this. I want to add some margin bottom to make it a bit more spaced out. There we go. And then we can do the exactly same thing for the other input, right? Okay, so we got this. We got ID password, HTML4 password. Come on. Okay, and then we can copy the class name. I probably should abstract this to the new format at some point, like to the CSS, like the global CSS with custom classes at some point, because it's just copy pasting same stuff again and again, right? But for now, we're just gonna go with that. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Okay, autocomplete should be disabled here. I feel like no autocomplete. Auto-completing passwords is probably a terrible idea. Why is that not a password? Wait a second. Oh, password. Why are you type text again? Okay, there we go. Right, cool. And now we need to do the button. Tailwind UI example imports Tailwind CSS forms. Oh, okay. It's probably default settings. The default. Okay, right. Got it. Thank you for the clarification. I did not know that that's a thing that's basically existed. Okay, so we got our button over here. Class name, we're gonna style this like that. So let's see, inline, justify flex, pxpy, border transparent, shadow small, font medium size, text white, background indigo, hovers, outlines. Yeah, that looks good. I think that should do it. Okay, I mean almost. So let's do it this way. Class name flex justify. I believe it should be justify end, if I'm not mistaken. Oops. And then we basically want the full, right? So there we go. That looks a bit nicer. And maybe add some more margin bottom over here to make it a bit more spaced out. That looks almost okay, but it looks a bit claustrophobic, like it's super tiny. So let's try to make it a bit bigger. I think that, what was that thing? All span 6. I think this one is what does this, right? Hey Trevor, welcome to the stream. Going good. How are you, mate? Okay, call span. So there's this call span thing, and we can, I mean, we don't really use grid, so why do we need call span here? I wonder if did we use, we didn't use grid, right? So that should not matter at all if I remember correctly. Yes, so that should be, let's do min, I guess we can just do v 12. Ah, Grishwalk. Okay, hello, man. Long time no see. Okay, I see you changed your username. Okay, let me think. So I guess 12 is way too small. So we want something like 16 RAM, I guess. 64. Okay, there we go. That looks a bit nicer. Okay, I think that's satisfactory, right? Where's our register button? Wait a second. Did we not have register button before? Okay, this is a login page, and there is no register button. Okay, then. Tailwind UI is wrapped into grid. Okay, so the Tailwind UI is wrapped into grid. We're not using grid, so I'm just going to use the fixed sizes, which I think should work fine. I mean, this is not extremely complex thing. But we do need a registration button here, so which means that justify between here, and then we're going to have... how do we not have links from register to login and from login to register? I guess it's fine. It's fine. Okay, so we got the sign outs, redirect login here. Okay, I need the Next.js link component that I never remember how to properly use. Next link, yes, this is exactly what I want. Link href. Okay, this is what we want. Just insert the link here, and then whoops, paste the link over here. Register. Okay, I think that should do it, right? Okay, so we would need to style it a bit. That looks like complete ass, but that's fine. Class name, so you are gonna be what? Flex items center, justify. Oh, I guess we, yeah, you know what? We probably can just, we don't need flex here. We actually can just do justify between an item center to do the central line, and then we here we can say text sm, and then text cool gray 300 or something. Man, that's maybe too a bit too bright. 600. There we go. That theoretically should take us to the registration page. Hey, Swarlow, welcome to the stream. All right, but I think that actually does it for the login page. We could copy the, wait a second, where's the, there was a very nice outlines on the inputs here, right? So I removed that because I thought they weren't working, but they actually was, and I just missed the, there we go, the focus. Come on now. Focus borders. So there is blah, 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 border, border, around it. Yes, okay, so I want those indigo focus borders, which actually look very nice. Okay, so let me think. God damn. Maybe I just do that. Okay, rounded MD, MT1 is something we already have. Focus, yes, there you go. So this is the two classes that I want to add. Okay, that's one input, that's another input. I think that should do it. No? Where's my indigo? Where's my indigo? God damn it. Focus, ring, indigo, 500, border, indigo. Okay, so why is it not? New focus rings are sweet. Well, I mean, I would agree if they were working. Is it like the indigo colors are opt-in as well? Do I need to add them to the colors? Is that like indigo? Yes, I'm guessing it's an opt-in thing, so I probably should include them into my Tailwind config, right? So indigo colors, indigo. I mean, theoretically, we could just spread the whole colors thing, right? But I don't think we need all of them, so I'm just going to go with indigo. I think that should fix it, and that should make the borders indigo, right? Come on. Recompile, please. Okay, let me just refresh here, I guess. No, still not. Right, are we indigo yet? Let me think. Am I missing something else? Okay, border, so this looks fine. The border ring color. Right, so this looks like it's the right color. Right? Ring opacity, yeah, and why is it not indigo then? What am I missing? What am I missing here? Appearance, padding top, border radius, border color. You need two separate classes for ring, but I just copied them from the thing, right? Or is it like, again, defining them on the top level or something? Okay, let me have a look at the god damn it. Let me have a look at the Tailwind ring. Ring color. Okay, so how does it, is there an example somewhere? Ring 4, ring indigo, ring. Okay, so I guess I need to define ring 1 as well on focus. Is that what you're telling me? Okay, focus ring 1. Is that what I need to do? Okay, and what? Just froze. Oh no, my browser. What did I do? I think fast refresh. Non-boolean attribute for autocomplete. Okay, I guess we don't actually need autocomplete on the password, right? Because I think it's disabled by default. Okay, are we good now? Right. Still doesn't work. Okay, so why, what? Opacity variable. But I mean, opacity is set at 1, right? So it shouldn't be... focus is what we want. Right, there's our focus. And let me expand this a bit. So there's our focus ring indigo, opacity 1. There's our color. There's focus ring 1, focus. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, so there's the box shadow and everything. Seems like it should work. What am I missing? Focus, border, indigo. So this seems like it should change the border and focus. But it, for whatever reason, doesn't. It actually seems like the shadow is the right color and everything else is just black. Focus ring without 1. Okay, let's try that. We can do that. So we're using just the email for now. Let us say focus ring. Okay. We're getting there. Okay, so that's getting closer. Why does it look so bad? Is it the focus? God damn it. So do we need to say focus border none? Is that the problem? Border Transparent, I guess, is what we could do, right? Nope, that still looks absolutely terrible. You know what? I'm not gonna overcomplicate this. Let me just do that, right? So I can just do this. Why is it still like it feels like it's not like the focus border for whatever reason is not rounded? Is it because no, but wait a second. No, but rounded MD should apply to the focus border as well, right? I think so, at least. What the hell's going on? Okay, border. Yeah, border radius is there, right? So if I remove that, we don't get any radius. And then why is the focus thing? What am I missing? Okay, you know what? Maybe I don't want to fight with that. Whoa, okay, it just froze my tab again. What the hell's going on? Did you disable the default outline? No, I did not. That might actually be the problem. Outline. Remove the outlines. Focus outline none. It might actually be the default outline. You are absolutely... I keep forgetting that that's a thing. Core plugins, outline false. There we go. That's what we want to do. Right. I probably should have done this in the very beginning, but yes. Thank you for reminding me. Okay, I guess we're gonna go for the purge. Is that the problem? That really all the problems were because of the outline? Okay, so disable the outline, and then we're gonna revert all of that. So move the border, put the focus ring back, kill the border transparent. Okay, so we got this focus. Okay, I think maybe we don't need this focus ring here. So let's see how that works out. Reload the page just to make sure it doesn't freeze anything again. Well, okay, it definitely looks better than before. But still, okay, so what if we put the focus ring here as we did before? Right, okay, that's a bit better, but still kind of wrong. I'm trying to figure out why is it looking as the way it does, basically. Come on, reload. Focus ring Indigo 500, focus border Indigo, but that's what we have, right? Focus ring Indigo 500, focus border Indigo 500. So that is exactly what we have, and we also have the focus, where is it, ring 1 again now? Should be focus ring, right? There we go. It still feels like maybe the border is the problem, so focus, border. What if we remove the border completely? You're gonna look better like this? No, you are not, right? So it's already updated, but it doesn't look... This is so weird. TUI doesn't have focus ring. Oh! But we are not, like, we're not using Tailwind UI, right? Why both ring and border? That's a good question. Maybe I just remove the ring completely and just use the border. Wait a second, let's try that. It's a very good question. Maybe this is sufficient. Why is it not rounded though? So I'm very curious. The border radius is there, right? So maybe it's just the LG. Maybe you want the bigger. Wait, no. It definitely seems like the... What is... Where is this? I mean, I disabled the... Do I need to restart the compilation for the Tailwind CSS thing to pick up? No, but we do want to have the border, right? We do want to have it in normal states so as to outline the input. CSRF token is not instead of JVT. It is together with JVT. It's completely unrelated to JVT. It's a thing that prevents CSRF attacks. Where is this outline coming from? Wait a second. So I'm pretty sure we disabled the default outline plugin now, right? Where's my inputs? This is a hidden. This is our input over here, and this is focus. So where is, wait a second, blah blah blah, border, bum 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 bum. Okay, so where's my focus classes? After, before, outline, offset, input, focus, user agent style, focus, outline, WebKit, focus ring, auto 1 pixel. I thought we disabled it. Order, focus, ring. But wait a second. Why is there outline again? That shouldn't be the case, right? Or is it like the browser default? But that's not. No, that's not. Okay, you know what? Let's just leave it at this. Because I feel like we could fight with that for the rest of the stream, and I don't really want to do that. So I'm gonna revert this to MD, and that is fine. So we can tweak those super minor details later on. I know it looks not exactly best right now, but that's fine. You have to disable the default, but we did disable the default focus just now, right? With the plugin, so the core, the Tailwind's outline. Oh wait, is it a focus? Is it a different thing? Wait a second. Focus. So this is the outline. Wait a second. Focus. Focus visible, separator, focus, focus, focus. No, so it's just the outline, right? So where's the... okay. Focus, hover, focus states, and other states. Okay, so focus, outline, none. Is it just like, do I just do that? Wait a second. So if I add the focus, outline, none, will that just fix it? Is that just the outline? No, it does not. But it is, wait a second, it's not outline. It wasn't outline, right? It was the, oh God, what do you call it? Focus. No, it is outline. Why is it not disabled? I guess because I removed that plugin. Is that the problem? So I keep the plugin, but do the outline none here. I didn't know it's possible to disable the outline globally. I mean, theoretically, this core plugin, but I guess it just disables the plugin, but doesn't actually disable the outline. There we go. Okay. So it was the outline, but you cannot disable, or I guess maybe I'm just doing something wrong. Wait a second. Outline. No, outline, right? Remove outlines. Use outline none to hide the outline. Okay, dotted outlines, customizing, outline size, variants, disabling. If you don't want to use outline utility, okay, so it just disables utilities, that does not disable the outlines. That was the problem. I just should have read the documentation better. Right, so we just need to do the focus outline none, and then I imagine if we add the other... what was the thing? Focus ring indigo, right? Focus ring indigo 500. I think that should make it look close to what the Tailwind UI does. And I think we also need the focus ring, right? Because we don't actually define it at all. There we go. That looks okay. That's maybe a bit, maybe ring 1. Make it a bit subtler. Yeah, there we go. That looks good, actually. Okay, so it was the damned outline again. God damn it. Every time I work with Tailwind, I keep forgetting that outline is a thing, and you have to explicitly disable it. And every time I stumble upon stuff like this. Okay, cool. So we actually did it. Hey, Donna, welcome to the stream. All right, I guess it's a good time to actually commit that. Okay, git diff. So what did we do? I think we only styled the, okay, so we updated the Tailwind to 2, and then we styled the login page. Git commit. Okay, apply basic styling to login page. Yes, indeed, it is very easy to make stuff that looks great with Tailwind and with awesome examples such as Tailwind UI. So like those, the example, I mean, even if you just have any design in front of you, it's so easy to implement it with Tailwind. It's incredible. Okay, so we got that. Now we can do the register page, which should be actually quite easy to do because we can copy most of that stuff, right? So there's our register page. Okay, let me think. So we need the background here. Throw in the background. We need that thing, right? So there's our main. Okay. We need to do that. So instead, this is going to be task manager register. I should probably come up with some name for that project because I feel like it's not exactly the best way to do it, you know, in this manner. When you just say task manager at every possible occasion, you don't actually need. All right. Oh no. I'm inserted it to the wrong place. Okay, so we need to have this div here. It should wrap all of that. So we don't actually have form here, which probably something I should fix at one point to allow this to work without JavaScript, but we're gonna get to that later on. So we don't need CSRF token in this case, but we do need this whole thing with labels and inputs, right? So we got our div here, then we're gonna have the label. This is gonna be yes. Okay, so this is ID email. We do need, yeah, I think we can just copy the whole thing, right? Well, okay, not completely because we need to keep the ref here. But let's see. So we got type text, ID email, autocomplete. Yeah, so placeholder is something I forgot and probably should add to the other form as well. Okay. So here, let me think. There we go. Placeholder email and then placeholder password. That's probably a good idea as well. Okay, and then just copy paste the same stuff here, right? So it should be relatively straightforward to do. Okay, HTML4 password, block, blah, 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 password. Okay, and then I think here it's slightly different, so I'm just going to copy that. Placeholder ref. Okay, now we can just insert this class name, and I think, okay, we also need to do the button and the button back to login page. Don't you want type email on email fields? That's actually a really good point. We probably should use the proper types on our inputs, because it's like, I did it text at first because I wasn't sure what kind of login we're going to use, but you are totally right. It should be email indeed. Okay, this looks fine, right? So we need to style the button. We need to add the other button. So we actually just want the whole damn thing from here. Right, so throw that in here. So this should lead to login. This goes to login, and then this button. Okay, so this is not a type submit. This is on click. Although we should rewrite this as a proper form again, as I said, to make it work without the JavaScript, ideally. And we need this next link thingy over here, right? So I think that should style it nice and easy. There we go. Yeah, okay. Why is it? Wait a second. Why is there different spacing here? Oh, because right. I know why. Because here I have the MB4 instead of MB2 that I copied from above. There we go. So that should make it. There we go. That looks pretty consistent, very fluid and nice, right? Okay, so we can now. No, wait a second. That's not the right email. test@gmail.com. Why did I press register? That is what is going on now. Network. I think. Wait a second. Okay, so we probably should differentiate between. Wait. All right, I wiped the database. That's why I need to register. I was like, why do I need to register again? Another thing we should do with registration is automatically redirect to the. Okay, so let me just start a to-do redirect to, or I guess login and redirect to home is what we need to do here. Till about Redaxios. Yeah, Redaxios is super nice. Like if you're targeting the modern browsers and don't want to drag in like, you know, the whatever the Axios is like 500 kilobytes or something, it's perfect replacement for Axios. I have not had any issues with it, but the caveat is that you only can target the modern browsers that basically have fetch. Okay, right, so I registered. Now we can go ahead and log in here. No, do not save it for this website, but, right, okay, of course, localhost. So, right, no, Bitwarden, I don't care about your password management right now. Okay, cool. No XHR fallback. Yes, I believe it basically purely uses fetch, just wraps around it with the API that is similar to Axios, and that's basically it. So it's like super straightforward idea. Very small, very lean. It's like a few kilobytes. But the caveat is that it won't work in older browsers, which again, you know, at this point, are there any that are not end of life? I think by the January, all the browsers that don't support fetch should be dead, basically. Can I use fetch? And I use fetch, and fetch is, yeah, so IE 11 is end of life, I believe December 2020, right? You can add the polyfill for fetch if you want to, but that's like additional bytes, you know, so it's like, there's no real point in doing that if you are, unless you have some like enterprise customers who are stuck in IE 11 or whatever, then I'm very sorry about this, but yeah. Made possible by using browser's native fetch API, which is supported, blah. Yeah, I mean, of course you can polyfill it and stuff, but you know, like, anyhow, it's a great little tool. Okay, so now we got to the main page, polyfill.io. Yes, you can just use polyfill.io, that is true. Okay, we got to the main page. I guess I should commit the git status, git commit. Add basic styling to register page. There's still some work to be done with the registration, but at least we can. So let's style this one. Okay, we don't need this anymore. Or I guess we do need that because we can pick the colors that we used here for the basic stuff, right? So okay, so this is our index page, and what we have here is our sidebar. We got this thing. Which means we want to have the BG full gray. What was it? 400 or what did we use? 600? No, 100. Just 100. Okay. Okay, so that should make it a bit darker. Yes, that looks nice. Okay, then we go to the sidebar, and I guess let's style this thing. So we can make it 900, why not, right? And then text is white, that is still fine. So that should be slightly different shade, I guess. Not much difference here. But let's do the whole add project and project styling so that they look a bit nicer. Cool gray. So let's see, 700 probably would look a bit better. Yes, there we go. It also seems misplaced. Is it because of the padding or something? I don't need padding here probably, right? Nope, that still seems... The centering in this button seems a bit off to me. I think it's like, it's... Okay, so padding doesn't matter. Flex, justify center, item center, outline none. Yes, that looks good. Rounded to XL. I think we can go with... do I want to do rounded full? Let's try rounded full. Yeah, that actually looks a lot nicer. So like, let's make them full on circles. And then maybe text a bit smaller. Yeah, there's still, why is there line height? But I haven't changed it, so that shouldn't be the problem. Wait a second, let me have a look. Maybe there's some. So what do we have here? We got with font size line heights. No, line height doesn't actually affect anything, so it's not that. Border radius. Padding. Okay, so why is there? So there's no margin, there's no padding. And just have a look at the computed stuff. So it's not margin, it's not padding, it's just the text is not correctly centered for whatever reason. I guess it's a bit. Wait a second. So what if we do like margin top -1 pixel? Right. I should be probably padding top, right? 2, right? So I don't really like to do that. Why is it not centered? Rabbit in a span, maybe. Let's try. You think that would help? I don't think the span would actually change anything, would it? Or does it change anything? Wait a second. The cut. Oh, what is... Why is my browser freezing today when the fast reload happens? Then you can control margin top. But I mean, I could control like padding top anyway, but it's like, why is it like just a few pixels lower than it should be? It looks almost good, but like... So this is 48 by 48, right? And then... Why the hell? No, I'm not tripping. It's definitely like shifted off for whatever reason. I am trying to figure out font size. What if I, okay, so we got this text Excel here. What if we do this? What if we apply this text sizing here? That doesn't change anything. And my browser is frozen. Like, what is going? Why is fast refresh freezing my browser? You can control. Amy's, I'm not sure. I think the YouTube ate your message because I only see near half button. It's the line hate. You think it's the line hate? Let me just try. Okay, so what if we say line hates inherit? I guess. Whoa, no. Line hate inherits. What is going on with my browser? Why is it so laggy? Yeah, let me close. Is this because... Is there something wrong with my VSL today? Because it seems like very off. Okay. It doesn't seem to change anything, right? So it's like, whatever. I don't think it will change it. Well, line hate. Yeah, line hate doesn't seem to affect anything, right? So it's like, it's not that definitely. When I use class to add Tailwind classes in the browsers. I mean, I don't want to sync my browser to the VSL file system. There's probably going to be a lot of pain in the ass to do that. So I just prefer doing it this way. Inline block. You think it's gonna display inline? I mean, none of that does anything. Okay, wait a second. I'm doing it on the wrong thing. Display. No, you see, like it doesn't matter what I choose as display. It's still misplaced for whatever. Why this is driving me nuts. This is why I love CSS. By the way, this is exactly my experience with CSS. Every damn time I try to style everything and then I spend like 2 days trying to figure out why the hell does something doesn't work. On span display, no, see, it doesn't matter. Like it literally is. This is not the problem. The problem is somewhere else, but I don't know where. And this is driving me nuts. Let me think for a second. So that, I mean, theoretically, you know what? That's fine. For now, this is perfect. It's okay, right? It's just a bit misplaced. I'm pretty sure perfectionists among you will not kill me for that. Well, again, let's not spend time just trying to fight this, basically trying to figure out what the hell's wrong. Rather, let's just make it look a tiny bit nicer, I guess. So let me just do the shadow MD or something that look, I guess the shadow in this case would be dark, so it doesn't really matter that much. Maybe we shouldn't do the sidebar so dark in the what do you call it, in the bright mode, right? Maybe we should make it just a tiny bit darker. That's maybe not enough. Something like that, right? And then in the dark mode we could basically inverse that. So I will just ignore those minor misplacements and we can figure it out later on, or maybe some of you guys who know what's going on can send me a pull request with that, because I would probably spend like half a day trying to figure out what's wrong here. Okay, so I think that looks quite good. Let me see. So rounded full, let's add some border, maybe border full gray, like 800, just a slightly darker. Yeah, that looks nice-ish, I guess. Maybe even larger shadow. How would that look? Nah, that's too much. Maybe a small one. Yeah, that looks fine, right? Okay. So I guess we can just copy this thing and apply it to our projects as well, right? Because the stuff is literally the same, so we don't need that padding here. Okay, and then we do need to have this. We need this BG Gray 700. And then this is gonna be, okay, 300 is our background, which means we will have to change that at some point. But okay, first let's I guess let's create something, new project, right? Create, there we go. Select that. Right, so we need to tweak that a bit. Current BG, why is it not? This should be now selected, right? BG gray 300. Okay, why? Okay, cool gray 300. It seems way darker than it should be, right? What is going on? My browser tripping again. By the way, no, it's still misplaced. So the text is also like few pixels lower than it should be here, and I don't know why. Okay, text. We still want text white, I guess, so that doesn't matter. We can just do that. Why is it not? Please try line height. I tried line height. It didn't change anything. Like I literally did it on the whole thing, right? So it was like let me demonstrate. So line height 0. See, it doesn't change anything. It's like it doesn't matter what you said, it just doesn't care. Negative, positive, whatever, it just doesn't affect it. At least on the button itself. So if we put it on here, for example, line height, nope, also doesn't matter. So line height doesn't change, like doesn't affect it at all. It's not that problem. Okay, question I have is why is it, oh, I know why is it, because I forgot to remove that, of course. Text black. There we go. Okay, that's just basically blends with it. Border, yes. So we need to move the border over here, and we need to use the border over here, which should be, I guess we could make it like brighter, but I don't know, will that look any good? Yeah, it actually looks quite nice. This is what I meant. Let me have a look. What is this? Cropping away negative impacts of line height. Font family, any line height perfect, white space go away. So it is a line space, right? Best bet is use an SVG. Oh god. I mean, I guess, oh yeah, well, you know what we could do? We could just drag in the, wait a second. So I can just do npm install react, I believe it was React icons, right? Yes, I think it is React icons. Yes, okay, so let's just drag in React icons. So it is a font issue, is so it's essentially because every font has different sizes and different line height, whatever, but it should have been affected by line height, I think. It's weird. Okay, anyway, let's try the React icons and plus, say let's go for FA plus, for example. Where's our ads? Okay, let's see if that works. Like if we can just do it with icons, that would be good. Can you please import? No, you cannot. Okay, fine. Import from React icons FA plus. Okay, let's see if that fixes it. Use a different font, but I mean, I'm using the default Tailwind one, which I think is pretty nice one. So I wouldn't want to tinker with it. Basically, let's see if using the SVG actually fixes that. The new CSS property to fix exactly this, but it is still very poorly implemented. Ugh. As usual with CSS. Yep, you was absolutely right. The plus button is now actually perfectly aligned as far as that. Yep. So okay, so it is the line spacing and the problem with the fonts. Oh boy, how do I love CSS and fonts. I'm so happy I'm not a designer or not like the markup person who has to deal with that on a daily basis. I would probably go nuts if I had to do that. Right, anyway. Yeah, I think that looks okay, right? So let's try another project. Yeah, that looks fine. Maybe a bit more contrast between the background would be good. So let's see. What if we do this like 400 or something? Yeah, that looks quite good. I mean, not amazing, but quite decent, I think. Wrap and span and tail span margin top -1 peaks. Yeah, but -1 peaks is not like, it's not not going to work properly if we decide to change font, for example, right? So it's like this sort of strapped on solution, which I guess works in place, but it's not scalable. So yeah, like, okay, we're going to figure it out later. Yes, okay. Anyway, let's go back to this page. Capsize is a good project for fixing these typography problems. I think I've heard about it. Capsize CSS. Flipping how we define typography and CSS. Oh yes, I've seen it. Well, yeah, right. I've seen that. Yes, it's like I remember the visualization that they did, and this is indeed very neat. Like they have this, yeah, right. Maybe we'll use this at some points, but you know, again, as I said, for now, this is perfectly fine. Okay, so we did that. That looks a lot nicer right now, I think. We could also make the projects, let me think, font bold. So let's make it bold as well to be consistent, because our plus is bold, this is bold. That looks fine, right? Actually, when they are bold, it's not as apparent that they are slightly misplaced. So I guess that works for us. Okay, let's do this. So sign out button, I would actually move it to the sidebar as well. So we're gonna div class name flex flex1, right? So this is gonna be our spacer. And then here we're gonna have our sign out button. And we are gonna do that here. Come on, here, go here, session sign out. Okay, we no longer need it here. Can remove it from here. Signed in as welcome to Next.js. We probably should change that. But we should now sign out button over here, right? So that looks good. Okay, I mean, it still looks terrible, but we're gonna change it in a second. But still, I think it's a better place for sign out button because it should be persistent and you should be able to sign out from anywhere, basically, right? Okay, there's our project. No, maybe add, yeah. So let's go with this as well. Let's see. So maybe we do not want it to be. So we're gonna have this. We're gonna have border gray. Yeah, that's fine. Rounded, maybe rounded LG, not full. Yeah, let's try that. Let's see how that looks. Is that any good? Yeah, no, not really. Okay, what about if we do text as XS, for example, right? Okay, that looks better. What if we only specify width? Right, we're getting there, and then we do some padding. Okay, is there a smaller than XS? I don't think so, right? So XS is like smallest one. I mean, I guess we could. Wait a second. You know what I could do? I could just go with icon. Log out. Is there a logout icon? Oh god, what is wrong with my browser? Is that because I have like Twitch in the background running, doing stuff? Is just like freezing out all the time. Let me think. Is there a font awesome? No, I don't think so, right? Maybe sign. God, come on now. Sign out, sign out. Oh god, why is it so? Okay, what if I search it one word? FA sign out alt. Okay, so there is FA sign out alt. I think we can just use that to be consistent with essentially the icons we use. There we go. How's that look? That looks almost okay. So if we remove the width and allow it to be, no, that's still okay. So I guess it's just gonna be V12 8. What if we, yeah, let's make it. That is way too big. Okay, what if we do it like V8, I guess? Let's try V8, H8. Okay, and now we need to center that stuff. So we got this 10 to 10 to 10, and that's gonna be items. No, wait, justify center, right? Nope, center. Nope, is it item set? I always confuse those two. It is item set. There we go. That actually looks better. So I guess it shouldn't be as standing out as the other stuff. So we can make it like 500 maybe. Maybe this border here. Could be a bit more. Yeah, there we go. And we should add title that says logout, right? When you hover over it, you will actually see the logout title. There we go. Cool. Okay, welcome to, yes, right. So let's probably change that. Welcome to Task Manager. Again, to change this later on. You are signed in as, yes, okay. I think that is, make it a bit more. So I don't think we need a BR there. Class name text LG or something. Yeah, that looks fine. I mean, it's still still doesn't look quite as good as anything that, you know, a professional designer would do, but the button looks disabled compared to the others. You might want to lighten the gray of the other buttons too. That is fair enough. So how will we? So the problem, like the thing is that basically I want to. I want it to still be like, you know, look like it is there. So we used 700 and 800 last time, right? So this was the original colors. I want it to look like it's button, but I wanted to sort of move it to the second, what do you call it? To the background, basically, right? Like a red color would work. Red, that's a good idea, actually. So wait a second. Let's have a look. What fancy color can we use? Colors. Curating colors. There we go. So what schemas do we have here? Something like rose. That looks quite nice. It's probably gonna be a terrible mix of colors, but you know what? That's perfectly fine. Okay. So if we go rose 800 or something, and then border rose 900. How does that look? Red might draw. I mean, I think this is okay-ish. Let me try to make actually, wait a second. Where's my rounded full? Let's try to make it circle as well. Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping that I could get one of my designer friends to make, you know, the actual professional looking design for that, and then we can implement it basically to look better, but we're gonna see once we get to this basically. Okay, yeah, I think that's satisfactory. Let's put it this way. I don't know if I like all those shadows everywhere. Let me think. So there is the shadow over here. Let me just kill the shadows because I feel like they're just distracting and feel like everything is just a bit blurry. Maybe I've just been staring at that too much. Let's try without the shadows. Oh no, okay, this don't touch that. I think it's a bit cleaner like this. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Okay. All right. Okay, so we did that. I'm still not a fan of this color combination, but I don't really have anything better right now. You know what? Maybe that's a good spot to, you know, okay, let's do the tasks and then stop here. Tasks. Let me just create something. Okay, so we got this thing over here, right? Task description. Yeah, okay. So let's, first of all, we got to figure out what to do with this space in both homepage over here, because this is not really helpful, right? As well as here. There should be some, like maybe this should be a dashboard or something for the project. We can figure out later. Okay, let's do the task styling. I guess I should probably commit the sidebar styling. Git adds git commit add basic sidebar styling. Styling. I forgot how to spell that. Yeah, okay. We're perfectly fine. Right, so let's do the tasks. So where is that actually? That is in our project ID, right? So there's our thing. We got the sidebar, we did that, so we got the task list. Okay, task list. Why do I wrap it in div? I don't honestly know. Do I even need that div? I don't think I need that div, right? I think I can just do that. Yep. Okay, so I did not need that div at all, which is great. We can remove one div that we don't actually care about. Full gray, so let's make it like 400. No, this is what it was already, so let's make it 100, for example. This will be the background. Right, and then text white, we don't need that. Okay, yes, that's actually looks nice. I mean, not completely terrible, not yet super good, but not terrible either. Okay, so we can tweak the add new task thingy here. Okay, cool gray 700 is what we had for hover, and then I'm not a fan of that. So, okay, so this is our form. We can tweak that later. Let's start with the button. Let me think. So we got this. I guess let's go with... I mean, we can probably just pick up the button we had in the login and registration, right? Probably this would look okay-ish. Yeah, that looks quite nice. I mean, I like this sort of purple addition of purple color that kind of mixes it up here. Okay, but we do need to change those buttons then, because they also have to be purple. Otherwise, this doesn't make any sense. Okay, hover, yes, that looks good. So where is our... So this is inputs. Yeah, so we need to tweak the input as well. So this is our Indigo thingy, and this is our text Indigo. So if the main button is 600, let's make it 500. And Indigo 600 for this. Okay, maybe a bit more transparent. I guess we can go lighter than that. Even lighter than that, okay. Okay, that might be a bit too much. I think 400 looks good enough. So de-emphasize that. That looks good. Okay, so we can just copy the input. Apologies. We can just copy the input from our login form, right? Because we already did that. Is a part of naming of Next.js route the project ID? Yes. So this will match the any URL basically. So it's that catch all routes basically. This is going to be resolved into the parameter. It is Next.js feature. Okay, so there is our label. I'm just going to use that. And there is our input, right? So I think that should... Let's see how that looks. No, that actually looks worse than before. Okay, maybe. Wait a second. So I think that should be fine, right? Yes, okay, that looks better. Some margin bottom. There we go. A bit more spacing. Does the file name have to be after the param? No, I mean, yes. So basically the name of the stuff in brackets is going to be what you get as the param from the param. So we get, you know, I named it square brackets project ID, which means that the context params project ID will resolve to that ID from the URL. It is the convention essentially. Okay, coming back to this. Let me think for a second. So we got this, we got text. Yeah, right. Okay, so I should probably just change. No, I mean, I think it's actually okay, right? So we don't actually need any outline here or whatever. Now the task add. Okay, so I don't really like how those separators look. I honestly don't even remember how we added them here, so let's find out. I think it's a part of task, right? Yes, okay, border. Okay, first of all, border cool gray 5000. Yes, that sounds like a good idea. Okay, so this is it, right? Okay, so I guess if we go lighter, maybe that will look better. Yeah, I mean, barely. Nah, that may be a bit too much. So what if we go? What if we go like very dark, but then say border? Whoops. opacity like 50 or something. Not enough. 20. Yeah, I think that looks better. Okay. Right, we also should probably render icons and stuff, but I didn't. It actually set any icons. Oh boy, okay. So the editor now pops up over this thing as well. So this changed it, and if I refresh it, theoretically we should have the... Okay. We do render it, but not quite correctly. So, okay, we can... Yeah, why not? Let's do it right now, otherwise I will forget about it. So, editor, there's this. Okay, this is editor. Where is our task view? It's over here, and then the way we rendered the icon... okay, it's not here, so it's actually the task view components. That is this one. The way we rendered the icon was emoji. Okay, so this is what we need to do. Instead of icon, we do that, right? And then emoji is coming from this emoji mart thingy. Okay, we don't need a picker here. So task icon or hammer, and we don't need this on click thingy. This is good. Okay, that's a bit too big, first of all. Let's try 16. Yeah, that looks better. And then I think, okay, so we need to put emoji together. I think this is what we want to do, right? Right, okay. we're getting there. Flex. Yes, so it should be flex. Wait a second. Okay, yes, right. We don't need this text Excel anymore. We don't need this padding right. We should put it over here. I don't remember if it actually... Okay, so it didn't support classes, which is probably why we wrapped it into the div in the first place, right? Well, right. I copied the whole thing. Okay, sure. We can do that. There we go. That looks kind of okay. I think they're still a bit misplaced for whatever reason, but that's fine, I guess, for now. I guess this also should be not padding, but rather margin, right? Yeah, that looks okay. Okay, cool. So this works fine. This, we can click on that. Doesn't actually seem to refresh the editor. So switching tasks doesn't actually work dynamically. Okay, there's another bug. But we can work on that later on, so that's fine. Okay. And this actually perfectly white scheme looks okay for the task name. I would do something with the panels because they look very flat. Can we add? Is there like an inner shadow or something in the Tailwind? Wait a second. Oh, whoa, no. Shadow, inner shadow. There we go. So what if we say shadow inner? So we need to do it for both the task list, right? And this is a task for sidebar and for the task list. So let's see if I say shadow inner over here. I guess I need to define something more than just shadow inner. So let's see. Shadow customizing shadow inner 2 pixels RGB. So it's a black inner shadow, but that means we should see it, right? Text shadow inner. Okay, so it is there. Guess it's just barely visible. Okay, CSS shadow generator. Let's just generate our own shadow because why not? Okay, box shadow, text shadow. Is there an inner shadow? Opacity, nah, that's not what I want. Oh, there's the inset, right, okay. No, that's an inset, okay, that's not what I want. Inner shadow generator, okay. Privacy error, no, we will not go to the website that has expired certificates. Tailwind should have an inset shadow. Okay, let me see. So inset. Oh, they actually have the inset rings. Okay, maybe that's what we want to use. Ring inset. Okay, so if we do, if instead of shadow we use the ring thingy, ring full gray 400 or something, ring inset is what we want, right? Okay, maybe ring 1 is too small. That doesn't seem to change anything. Is it not updating? Ah, what is wrong with my... What is going on today with my browser? It's just freezing all the time. Now there's runtime errors. Okay, there's our thing. Ring 1. Okay, so what if we go ring 4? Oh, right. It probably won't work because it just strips it. Whoops. Because it strips it during the build time, right? No, that is not true. Where's my ring? What am I doing wrong again? Oh no, what did I close? I closed the GitHub. Ring, pink, ring, insets. So theoretically that should work, right? Where's my... Is it the same color? Oh, goddamn, it's the same color as the background. I'm an idiot. I should probably use the right colors. There we go. Okay, that looks better. Okay, I mean, better is arguable, but at least we can see it now. Right, so how do we make it look nicer? Is there like a gradient ring width, ring hover? Okay, so what if we go ring 1 and then 500? So that should be a bit darker than it. Yeah, kinda. Still looks terrible. You know what? I'm not gonna do that because it looks like ass. I don't wanna do that. Wait a second. Can I just do okay, so if we do ring. Can you do ring only on one side? Ring offset. Wait a second. So what? So basically, I want to have some sort of a separation on the right. I guess I can do this with a border, right? Border R. Border full gray 600 or something, right? Yeah, that looks okay-ish. Ring outside and overflow will take care of the rest. I mean, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go with the border right now because everything else is probably will require a lot more time to actually do that. At least for me, because I'm god awful with CSS. Okay, that is way too dark. So like 200. There we go. So basically it gives some sort of visible separation. Maybe we wait a second. So maybe I'll do the border opacity like 50% here or something to make it a bit okay, that's not enough. 20. Yeah, something like that, so it's like there's some sort of a separation between them, but it's not like in your face. I think that looks decent. So if you guys have any ideas on how to basically improve that, do send the PR. I would be more than happy to accept it. I think that's good enough for today. We are going to continue next time. So we need to still style this thingy here, the pop-up. And then the biggest task would be to figure out why the hell does the editor overlaps everything, basically. And then maybe extend the editor to actually use all the plugins that we have. For anyone who's interested in the new CSS property I mentioned, leading trim. Oh, okay. I will definitely read that. Thank you very much for sharing the link. Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good spot to stop. So let me just commit everything that we did right now. And so what? Okay, so this is styling for tasks, right? Git commits. Add basic styling for tasks, and yeah, and minor tweaks to sidebar styles. I think that's good. All right, if you guys have any questions or suggestions, now is the time to send them into the chats. I mean, not saying that you didn't do that before, but you know, as usual, you have a couple of minutes to send whatever you want to ask me. As usual, all the source code is on the GitHub. I mean, technically we are pretty much there. So there's like a few bugs left to sort out, but the next stream should basically cover most of the functionality, right? And most of the styling, even though it still is not amazing looking, but hey, not really a designer here. And then after that, we could do some tests. I'm thinking, you know, whether we want to do end-to-end testing, just end-to-end testing, which probably would be enough in this case, or maybe we dive into like integration tests or something like that. I don't think unit tests would make sense in here, but we'll see. And then just do the CI/CD and just do the auto deployment to one of my servers, and that's basically it. So in theory, 1 or 2 more streams and we should be done with this, unless solving that editor problem is gonna take too much time, which, you know, it might, because I have no idea why it overlaps over everything, but we're gonna see. Right, doesn't seem like we have any more questions or suggestions, so thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thank you for all your tips and tricks from the chat, guys. Basically, do send me your PRs if you want to improve anything. I will be more than happy to accept that. Hope you enjoyed the stream, and I see you on BxJS Weekly on Saturday. That's basically it from my side. Have an awesome rest of the week, and I see you